Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Sean Lutz coming to you from my home studio here in Dallas, Texas. Today is October 31st, 2025. Happy Halloween. Hope you're going to have a good day so far. It's early. We had a late night in LA. But anyway, before we get into that, this is going to be episode number 5 from See the Light Sports, Detroit Red Wings update, NHL update. Let's just jump right into it, folks. It's what we do around here. Try to make them quick. But hey, what a wild game last night we had on the road against the Los Angeles Kings last night. I hope you guys were able to stay up for that one, man. It was a late night for us, man, but I was able to hold on, and it had some twists and turns, and I'm glad that I was able to hang in there. But let's just go through this really quickly because it's a brief. Here we go, man. We're starting off the first period. Detroit's coming in fresh off the road victory, the first road game of this trip against St. Louis the other night on Tuesday. We resume on the road. Here we go. First period. It's kind of uneventful. I mean, I think we did a good job early. We played pretty decently. We traded a couple special teams there. Talbot made some saves. We made some mistakes. But, we came out of the first period unscathed with it still tied 0-0. This leads us into the second period. This is where some action took place. Some decent action, too. But anyway, in the second period, we're playing some pretty decent hockey, trading some punches. We're making mistakes, but, Talbot did a pretty decent job, I think, all night. But anyway, it looks like, hey, it's still knotted up. We're going on the power play here. Nah. Bam. We get scored upon on a shorthanded goal. Ian LaPierre gives them a 1-0 lead on a shorthanded goal right around the 13-minute mark of the second period. But, what do I always say, man? Shift after goals, right? Whether you're getting scored upon or scored against, it's how you respond after that goal, right? And what do? Our Detroit Red Wings. Here we go. On the power play, 43 seconds later, the guy who's out the snide in St. Louis the other night, or against St. Louis, gets his third goal, 3 straight games. Alex DeBrincat, number 93, on the power play, ties it up. Now, that's the response you want. That's the shift after goal that you want. 43 seconds, folks. Bam, tie game, 1-1. Now and then after that, man, we're playing some pretty decent hockey. It goes back and forth, a few more minutes. And who do we have? Bam, Casper. He gets off the snide. He gets his first of the season on a deflection or an assist by ASP. Detroit 2-1 lead there, man. 2-1 lead. Here we go. We're heading into the third now. Taking in we're feeling good apart coming out of the room there on the road with a 1-goal victory heading into the third period. Hang on to your hat, folks. Yeah, 2-1 lead. Here we go. We're looking for some insurance goals, right? We're in the third period. Man, LA is pressing. We're answering. Talbot made some hell of a saves going back and forth there. We had some presses of our own there. We had some decent plays. Our PK really stood out here in this period. We ended up taking some late period goals, but nonetheless, we're looking for some insurance here, and we got one, did we? We had Casper getting his second on a sweet ass pass from Appleton. You guys watch the replay on that if you haven't seen it. That gave us the insurance goal, 3-1, right? We're thinking, man, 3-1 on the road, man. Here's a road victory. There's only a couple minutes left in the game, right? They end up pulling the netminder, like about 2:48 left in the period. We took three penalties late in that period, and our backs were against the wall. Talbot saved our buns there, man. But nonetheless, they're pressing. They got their extra attacker on the ice. It's 6-on-5. Bam! What do we got? Guy who always sets up in the office, the old gray beard number, Corey Perry. he closes the gap to 3-2 at the 17:47 mark, right? But boom, man, here we go. Late penalty issues. They're getting some momentum. Uh, they got the netminder pulled. They got the man up 6-5 there. Bam! They score again, tie it up at 18:27 mark. Man, we relinquished a 2-goal lead there in the closing minutes. It's not kind of what you want, but anyway, that that was Corey Perry got that one as well, tying that one up. But originally it looked like Byfield got it, but they changed the scoring after the game. Corey Perry with the tie with the both goals there late in the third period, and then ended up the game there, man. Some punches going back there, back and forth. Ended up in a 3-3 tie at the after third. Here we go. We're going on in the OT. Man, what a strange night, man. We were looking like we were sitting pretty, but hey, no. It's a one-shot game. It's winner take it all. We're playing 3-on-3 shinny. But here we go. Man, it looks like we lost in overtime. I'm just going to get to the chase. They had a goal waved off, and if you went to bed, and I was making notes when they scored this, after they scored this, because it looked like we lost in overtime at the 4:21 mark. Uh, but it turns out I heard Ken say, "Hey, the Wings haven't left the bench." Turns out that it was goaltender interference. It's not over, folks. If you went to bed, you missed it. You thought the Wings were losing. Nothing doing. Waved that off. We ended up playing out the rest of the OT there, shorthanded. Backs against the wall. Simon Evanson in the box. Talbot made some great saves there. So here we go. Boom. After overtime, it's still knotted up at 3. So we're going into the skills competition. Into the shootout we go. Talbot shut the door. Ray. Lucas Raymond gets the game winner there. Only shootout goal. Detroit wins 3-0 in a 4-3 in a shootout. The only goal going to Lucas Raymond. What a crazy night of hockey in LA. What a strange third period, and what a man, thinking that you just gave up a 2-goal lead and lost in overtime, and to have that goal waved off after the fact. We didn't challenge it. That was a league review. I believe it was a league review. I don't think we challenged it. I'll have to confirm that. But what a play on emotions there, from thinking, man, it's over, to, hey, no, we got some life left in OT, even though we were shorthanded. But we held on, got it into the shootout, and were able to prevail. Man, what a night, eh? But hey, let's go on to the other action that we have last night, and make note of that 4-3 score in the shootout there, because this is a common thing, and this is what we always strive upon, is why you want these points in October, why you want these regulation wins in October and early November. Parity is upon us. It's upon this league, and this is just last night's scoreboard is going to tell you that. Here we go, folks. All these are overtime or shootouts. Our game, 4-3 shootout, right? So here's the other stuff in the league last night, all overtime shootouts. These are 4-3 scores. You had Ottawa over Calgary, 4-3 in a shootout. Boston over Buffalo, 4-3 overtime. Then you had Vancouver over St. Louis, 4-3 shootout. And finally, you had the New York Rangers there, 4-3 in overtime. The only other oddball there, but still an overtime and a parity point given, was Tampa Bay over Dallas. That was a close 2-1 game there, but Tampa Bay won in OT. So 6 games last night, all giving up a parity point. I know we look at our game and it was 4-3, and it's no big deal giving up a parity point to the other conference. But when you're in your conference, and more importantly in your division, It's tight. So let's look at the standings and see how tight that is. Last night with our victory in Montreal, Idle, uh, our game in hand is over, and we tied in points, but the tiebreaker is regulation win, folks. Detroit is in first place now with 16 points over the Montreal Canadiens, who are in second. Yeah, how that plays out with the parity points, man, and the regulation wins just right off the bat. There's a tiebreaker. You don't want that kind of tiebreaker or goals for or the differential, or you don't want those kind of tiebreakers in the wild card. You want to win uh, your division. But looking at those points in our just in our division, right? you know, Here we go. After Montreal, you're going to have Ottawa at 13 points. Tampa Bay moved up at 12, and then Boston 12, Florida, Buffalo, and Toronto all with 11 points. Now you're looking at Toronto; they were sitting at 5-5 in eighth place in our division. They're not going to be there. You're looking at 5 points. We got 16. The bottom of the pack has 11. That's 2 to 3 games, man. That can be made up like that. So parity it is. But that's what that is. Let's move on to tonight's action. Man, here we go. It's a quick re-rack from last night after playing. It's a second of our back-to-back. Let's not use that as an excuse, folks. Okay? We got to play hockey. There's 32 teams in this league. They play back-to-backs as well. Let's get the excuse out of the mindset. Let's go and take care of business tonight. Anyway, our game is tonight at Anaheim. It's Halloween night. It's going to be a good atmosphere there, folks. I'm going to assume that we're going to have Gibson in net since Talbot, old man, played last night, stood on his head. I have to say, last night, man, he was remarkable. That and our special teams play and our no quit. It was pretty good to see. But that's it for us. We're at 10 o'clock Eastern. That's a half hour earlier. That's a big difference when it's you got these late West Coast trips. But nonetheless, the rest of the schedule got a funky time. I'm assuming it's because of it's Halloween. I don't know. But you have Colorado at Vegas at 4 o'clock Eastern time. And then there's only 3 games scheduled tonight. You got New York Islanders heading into Washington at 7 o'clock Eastern. That's it for tonight on the NHL, man. Through just only 3 games. But what a game last night and a play on emotions there, thinking you relinquished a 2-goal lead late in the third period and end up losing in overtime, only to have that called back and hanging on and getting to the shootout and winning the shootout. That was Awesome's game. I don't know. I hope you guys were able to stay up for it. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up. And we got a quick re-rack for tonight. Let's see if we can come out and take care of business and get this third road victory in a row tonight, man. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you have a great day. Be nice to everybody. Be kind. Remember to see the light.